mid-90s. I started my first true internet startup in the late 90s, in 1998 to be exact. And I was doing it from the basement apartment of the place that I was renting in Maryland. Back then, there were no accelerators. This whole space was very new, but I had become a student of the internet. And I heard about, I read in a book called Burn Rate about a law firm called Wilson Sonsini. And Wilson Sonsini had taken Netscape public, which started the first .com boom. So I went on Alta Vista, found Wilson Sonsini, and went to their employee directory because I was looking for an attorney who was close to me in age, who might bring us on as a client to give us credibility and to create the company structure. So the first guy, because his last name ended in A, his name was Mike Arrington. He was a young associate at Wilson Sonsini. Now fast forwarding to the future, Mike Arrington becomes the founder of TechCrunch. But back then, he was a young associate. At the time, my partner and I had a business that we pivoted. We were doing websites for small businesses, and that didn't really scale. So we created a site called imagecafe.com, which was the world's first superstore of prefabricated websites for small businesses. Very similar to Wix and what Squarespace does today, but this was in '99. Wilson Sonsini bought us on as a client, set up the company, and that was really my education in how Silicon Valley worked. Luckily for us, we were acquired in November of '99, 11 months after we launched, for $23 million, which was great considering we hadn't raised any venture capital. And so for me, that was the beginning of my, my love for the internet, my love for creating startups. But because I had that success in Maryland, not in Silicon Valley, I felt like I could continue to do it from Maryland. It wasn't until about 2011 that I made the move to come to Silicon Valley, because it finally dawned on me that being an internet entrepreneur is a lot like being an actor, right? You can act from anywhere, but unless you live in Hollywood, you're probably not going to become Denzel or Tom Cruise. So I've been in Palo Alto since 2011. I don't want to give you guys a super long resume, but I started a company in 2014 called Progressly. We raised about $11 million over the last 2 years, headquartered in downtown Redwood City with about 50 employees. I'm now the chairman. That was a traditional venture-backed company. I brought on a CEO to make it easier to raise capital. I don't have to talk about the hue of the CEO, but did that, made it easier to raise capital, and we were able to raise capital just based on that. And so I actually believe that Sand Hill Road has too much power. And the whole notion of ICOs and crypto, a new way to sort of raise capital, super attractive and super appealing. But again, as it relates to what we're doing at SteamRoll, it's crypto is the icing, it's not the cake. But it allows us to sort of incentivize all actors to create a true ecosystem where everybody wins who's a part of that ecosystem.
Any other questions?